This is this big insight about how habits function, is that you don't train people for just one habit. You end up giving them essentially a set of cognitive tools that teach them to analyze their own behaviors. And in the book, we tell the story of Starbucks through this kid named Travis, who's a great kid. He grew up in Lodi, California. He's in his 20s, so I probably shouldn't call him a kid. He grew up in Lodi, California. He saw his father overdose on heroin for the first time when he was 7 years old. His mother was in prison on a prostitution charge, which was accurate. She was a prostitute, and she would bring clients into their house. He drops out of high school. He moves from Lodi to Fresno. He gets a job at a McDonald's where he lasts exactly 37 minutes because a customer came in on his first shift who Travis said he thought was mad dogging him, which means staring at him. So he reached into her bag and pulled out her McNuggets and started like throwing them at her forehead, and he gets fired. So if you're going to come up with a recipe for someone who becomes roadkill in life, this is it, right? His parents have failed him, society has failed him, his schools have failed him. And then almost randomly, he gets a job at Starbucks. And he learns the latte habit and all these other habits that they teach you. And that was about 4 years ago. Now he's a manager of 2 locations. He oversees about $1.2 million a year in revenue and 60 employees. I talked to him about 6 months ago, and he had just signed his first mortgage on a house. And if you ask him why his life transformed, he will tell you it's because he worked at Starbucks and they taught him all these habits. They taught him these life skills. If we teach people how to understand their own habits, if we teach them how to make sense of kind of these cues and these rewards, we're not just teaching them to change one behavior, we're teaching them to understand the patterns in their own life.